Today we are going to see Units and Measurements Part 3, question number 31 to 45. Question number 31. The velocity v of a particle at time t is given by v is equal to at plus b by t plus c, where a, b and c are constants. The dimensions of a, b and c are, they have given 4 options. The correct option is B, Lt power minus 2, L and T. A is equal to Lt power minus 2, B is equal to L, C is equal to T. So when we are equating V is equal to At, we are getting A is equal to Lt power minus 2. When we are equating V is equal to B by T, we are getting B is equal to L. Here, how we are getting C? When we are adding T with C, C will have the same dimension of time. So C is equal to T. Question number 32. The dimensional formula of permeability of free space is option A ml t power minus 2 a power minus 2, option B m power 0 l power 1 t, option C m power 0 l square t power minus 1 a square, option D none of these. The correct option is A. That means m l t power minus 2 a power minus 2. How we are getting this formula? We know the formula for permeability of free space, 2 pi into force into distance by current into length. So if you are applying the dimensional formula for force, distance, current and length, by simplifying these things, we will get mlt power minus 2 a power minus 2. Question number 33. The dimensions of Planck's constant equals to that of option A energy, option B momentum, option C angular momentum, option D power. The correct option for question number 33 is C. Using the formula L is equal to nh by 2 pi, here L is angular momentum and h is Planck's constant. You know n by 2 pi is just a number. So we are getting L is equal to h only. So from this formula we know Planck's constant is same as that of angular momentum. In other words, we can explain the question number 33 like this also. You know Planck's constant h is equal to ml square t power minus 1. Angular momentum, how we are getting radius multiplied by momentum, linear momentum. So radius L. For linear momentum ml t power minus 1. So if you are multiplying these two, ml square t power minus 1. So from equation 1 and 2 we conclude that Planck's constant and angular momentum have the same dimensions. In this way also you can explain this. Question number 34. The damping force on an oscillator is directly proportional to the velocity. The units of the constant proportionality are option A kilogram meter per second, option B kilogram meter per second square, option C kilogram per second, option D kilogram second. The correct option for question number 34 is C. Here they have given damping force is proportional to velocity. So F is proportional to V. F is equal to constant into V. So constant is equal to F by V. So if you are substituting the unit of F divided by unit of V, we are getting kilogram per second. So option is C. Question number 35. The dimensions of RC is option A square of time, option B square of inverse time, option C time, option D inverse time. The correct option for question number 35 is C, because the term RC is a time constant. So its dimension should be capital T only. So here I want to give you explanation for question number 35. Because why we are taking RC, the dimension of RC is T, because the crucial parameter that describes the time dependence is the time constant RC. The far-sighted student might guess this just by observing that RC has the dimensions of time, because R means resistance, ohm is 1 ohm, unit is 1 ohm, and C is capacitance, unit is 1 farad. So if you are multiplying 1 ohm multiplied by 1 farad, you will get 1 second. So we are putting the dimension of RC is T. Question number 36. The unit of thermal conductivity is option A watt meter power minus 1 Kelvin power minus 1, option B joule meter Kelvin power minus 1, option C joule meter power minus 1 Kelvin power minus 1. Option D, watt, meter, Kelvin per minus 1. We know the formula for quantity of heat for thermal conductivity. H is equal to constant multiplied by area by L, then the difference in temperature T2 minus T1. So if you want thermal conductivity K, by rearranging the formula, we will get watt divided by meter Kelvin. So the correct option is A, watt m meter power minus 1 Kelvin power minus 1. Here, coefficient of thermal conductivity of the material of a solid is equal to the rate of flow of heat per unit area per unit temperature gradient across the solid. So its unit is watt meter power minus 1 Kelvin power minus 1. Question number 37. The dimension of epsilon naught E square, where epsilon naught is permittivity of free space and E is electric field, then the dimension will be option A, ml square T power minus 2, option B, ml power minus 1 T power minus 2, option C, ml square T power minus 1, option D, ml T power minus 1. The correct option for question number 37 is option B. We know that the given equation gives the energy density for a capacitor. Dimensions of energy density can be found as electrical energy divided by volume. So, ml square T power minus 2 divided by L cube, you will get ml power minus 1 T power minus 2. So, the correct option is B. Question number 38. If the dimensions of a physical quantity are given by m power A, L power B, T power C, then the physical quantity will be, they have given 4 options. If it is velocity, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0, C equal to minus 1. If it is acceleration, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, C is equal to minus half. If it is force, A is equal to 0, B is equal to minus half, C is equal to minus half. If it is pressure, A is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 1, C is equal to minus 2. The answer for question number 38 is option D, because first 3 options A, B and C will not be suitable if we substitute the values of A, B and C. So the suitable value will be D. So what we are getting, pressure is equal to force by area, ml T power minus 2 by L square. So you are getting m power 1, L power minus 1, T power minus 2. That means A is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 1, C is equal to minus 2. So the option D is correct answer. Question number 39. In an experiment, the percentage of error occurred in the measurement of physical quantities A, B, C and D are 1%, 2%, 3% and 4% respectively. Then the maximum percentage of error in the measurement X, where X is equal to A square B power of C power 1 by 3 D power 3 will be option A 10%, option B 3 by 13%, option C 16%, option D minus 10%. For question number 39, the correct option is C. Here they have given the equation X is equal to A square B power of C power 1 by 3 D power 3. Here percentage error we are calculating. So percentage error, how we are calculating? A square is there. So 2 times we are multiplying the percentage error of A, and percentage error of B is multiplied by half, and percentage error of C is multiplied by 1 by 3. Percentage error of D is multiplied by 3. So if we multiply, we will get 2% plus 1% plus 1% plus 12%. So totally 16% is the correct answer. So option C is the correct answer. Question number 40. Percentage errors in the measurement of mass and speed are 2% and 3% respectively. The error in the estimate of kinetic energy obtained by measuring mass and speed will be option A 8%, option B 2%, option C 12%, option D 10%. The correct option for question number 40 is option A, because here they have given percentage error in mass and velocity. We want to calculate percentage error in kinetic energy. So percentage error in kinetic energy is equal to percentage error in mass plus 2 times percentage error in velocity, because V square is there. So here we are multiplying the percentage error of velocity by 2 times. So percentage error of mass is 2%. Percentage error in velocity is 3%. It is multiplied by 2. So 6%. So totally we are getting 8% is the percentage error in kinetic energy. Question number 41. In an experiment, 4 quantities A, B, C and D are measured with percentage error 1%, 2%, 3%, 4% respectively. quantity P is calculated as follows. P is equal to A power 3 B power 2 divided by CD. Percentage error in P is, they have given 4 options. Option A 7%, option B 4%, option C 14%, option D 10%. The option for question number 41 is option C. Here they have given the equation P is equal to A power 3 B power 2 divided by CD. Here we are multiplying percentage of error by 3 times, percentage error of B by 2 times, then we are adding percentage error of C and we are adding percentage error of D, so we are getting totally 14% is the correct answer. Question number 42. The unit of permittivity of free space is option A coulomb per Newton meter, option B Newton meter square per coulomb square, option C coulomb square per Newton meter square, option D coulomb square per Newton meter whole square. The correct option for question number 42 is option C. Here we know the formula for permittivity of free space. F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by Q2 divided by R square. So here by substituting the units for each and every quantity, by simplifying it, we are getting coulomb square per Newton meter square. Number 43. Dimensions of resistance in an electrical circuit in terms of dimension of mass M, of length L, of time t and of current I would be option A ml square t power minus 2, option B ml square t power minus 1 I power minus 1, option C ml square t power minus 3 I power minus 2, option D ml square t power minus 3 I power minus 1. Here the option for question number 43 is C. ml square t power minus 3 I power minus 2 is the correct answer. We know resistance is equal to potential difference by current, but we know potential difference is equal to work by electric charge. So dimension of work divided by dimension of charge into dimension of current. So by applying the dimensional formula of work, charge and current, we are getting the final answer ml square t power minus 3 I power minus 2. Option C is the correct answer. Number 44. The dimensions of impulse are equal to that of option A pressure, option B linear momentum, option C force, option D angular momentum. So the option for question number 44 is B linear momentum. Why? We know the formula for impulse, force multiplied by time. So you know the dimensional formula for force and time. So if you multiply it, you will get ml t power minus 1. For dimensional formula for linear momentum also, you are getting ml t power minus 1. Because linear momentum P is equal to mass into velocity. For mass m, for velocity L t power minus 1. So the dimensional formula of linear momentum and impulse are equal. Question number 45. According to Newton, the viscous force acting between the layers of area A and velocity gradient dV by dx is given by F is equal to minus eta A dV by dx, where eta is constant called coefficient of viscosity. The dimensional formula of eta is option A m power 1 L power minus 2 T power minus 2, option B m power 0 L power 0 T power 0, option C m power 1 L square T power minus 2, option D m power 1 L power minus 1 T power minus 1. The option for question number 45 is D. We know viscous force F is equal to eta A dV by dx. So eta is equal to F by A dV by dx. Here we know the formula for force and formula for velocity gradient and formula for area. So if you substitute all this formula, in eta is equal to F A dV by dx, we will get m L power minus 1 T power minus 1 is the dimensional formula for coefficient of viscosity.
Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe.